Now, I've done some research, right? Dude, look, do you know the people who don't press the like button on my videos? These are the same people that go to bed at night sleeping with sex dolls from China. And I'm like, wow, man, that is some weirdo behavior. It's like, what are you, Bud Bundy? It's like, bro, why are you sleeping with sex dolls? Why are you sleeping with Bud Bundy freaking sex dolls? That is weird stuff. I'm like, man, it's like, bro, just press the free like button. It's like, why are you sleeping with sex dolls at nighttime? It's like, bro, just get a real woman. Women are easy to find. Go on Tinder. Women are easy to find. Like, why are you sleeping with sex dolls? It's like, man, like some of you fans of wrestling are some weirdos, man. It's like, man, you are jerking off to sex dolls instead of finding a real woman. Look, man, and listen, all the people who do press the free like button on this video are the same people who do pull a lot of bitches, who do pull real women and sleep with real women at nighttime. This video should be over 100 likes, man, if you get bitches. Do you know what makes Solo Sikoa suck? He has no fear factor. Do you fear him? No. He is not intimidating. He's not Joe. He's not Umaga. He's not Wardlow. He's not Psycho Sid. Who is he? He brings no fear to the table. That's why he sucks. That's his weakness. We don't fear him. He has no fear factor in his look. Listen, I must say this. The only reason Roman Reigns has gotten this strong ass push for the past 10 years is because he's cousins with The Rock. He's related to The Rock. If he was a white boy, he would be a mid-card guy. That's the only reason he's being pushed. Vince McMahon loves jerking off to Samoans. If this was all elite wrestling, there's no way in hell Roman Reigns would get a strong push. Only in the WWE, where Samoans get pushed down our throats, it don't matter if they have no charisma. Solo has been handed this great storyline with Roman Reigns, even though he's boring with no charisma. Let that sink in. Roman Reigns is a boring fuck with not a lot of charisma. He has not changed at all in 10 years. Yeah, he's got more confident on the mic, but that don't mean he's good on the mic. There's a huge difference between confidence and being good. Yeah, he's confident. He's not good or convincing on the microphone to me. He's still the same old big dog, but now he's a heel. Like I said, the only reason he's being pushed is because he's Samoan and he's cousins with The Rock. Some dumbass tried to give me an excuse on why Roman was a face for the past 7-8 years, right? Saying that Vince forced him to be a face even though we all knew he was a heel. Okay, by that same logic, they were forcing Braun Breaker to be a face even though he was a heel. Okay, that means they were forcing Jack Perry to be a face even though he was a heel in disguise. You can say that about anybody, man. Like, what the fuck's going on here? You can say that about The Rock. You can say that about Rocky Maivia. It's like, you can say that about every heel, every face. Oh, maybe they are a great heel in disguise. You can say that about anybody on the roster in every company. It don't fucking matter. You can say that about Bianca Belair. You can say that about anybody. You can say that about Carmelo Hayes. You can say that about Seth freaking Rollins. You can say that about Cody Rhodes. Maybe Cody Rhodes is a heel in disguise. Right? It's like, you marks, you love to fit your own false narrative to win an argument. That's weak. And to say that we should hate Roman Reigns because he's a heel. Okay, so you're saying just because we don't like him, that makes him a great heel. It's like, wow. Okay, so by your own logic, if we love L.A. Dyke, okay, by your own logic, that means he's an awful heel. That means he's not doing his job, dummy. So I'm saying, I got facts on facts, bitch. I got tons of stuff to counter your fucking arguments. If L.A. Dyke is such a great heel, why do you love him so much? How come you don't boo him? That means he's not a good heel, right? Fucking idiots. And who the fuck hates Roman Reigns right now? All you marks love jerking off to Roman Reigns. Just because we don't like him in certain doses, that don't make him a great heel. Okay, by your own logic, that means Baron Corbin is a great heel. That means Jinder Mahal is a great heel. Okay, so you are saying there's no such thing as go away heat. So heat is heat, right? No, bitch, it don't fucking work that way. There is such thing as go away heat. Roman Reigns had go away heat for the past 8 years before this overrated heel run. You can't win an argument with me, especially with me. Especially because I will make you look fucking dumb like I am now. You can't use that as a fucking argument. Oh, we don't like Reigns for certain reasons, which makes him a great heel? Like how? By your logic? No, that's not how this works. That's not how that works. He sucks. He's not good. He's fucking boring. And he will be exposed once Jey Uso officially moves on from his boring ass. Now, let's talk about this. A lot of people are not trying to bring this up. I feel like it's a huge elephant in the room, right? How come people are not mentioning Roman Reigns is a boring guy without the Usos? It's crazy that nobody's trying to bring this up. It's like, dude, you do know he's going to be exposed after this Civil War is over. I'm not just saying that to be a hater. These are facts and evidence. Have you ever seen Roman Reigns without Jey Uso by his side as a heel in 3 years? No, you have not. The only reason he's called the Tribal Chief is because he beat Jey Uso at Hell in a Cell. That's where he got his heat from. Remember when we first seen Paul Heyman with Roman Reigns backstage? Nobody knew whether or not is he a heel or is he a tweener. Nobody knew. We didn't know if he was a heel or a tweener until he finally turned on his cousin, Jey Uso. That's who put Roman Reigns over. It was Jey. Roman Reigns did not get over as a heel by being a heel to other opponents. He gets his heat from his family. Listen, look back at all his feuds. Did you hate him during those feuds based on his interaction with his opponent? Nope. When he faced Finn Balor, did Roman get any heat? No. He was more of a heat to his cousins more than Finn Balor. Listen, he's going to be exposed after the Usos move on, after the Civil War. Once they move on officially and move on to other people, he will be exposed as a boring wrestler. In 3 years, he was always boring. It's just Jey was carrying him. That's where he gets his heat from. And to me, it feels like cheap heat. And here's why. How can you not dislike a guy who is abusive towards his family? That's cheap heat. Did he get cheap heat by feuding with Kevin Owens, Drew Mack? Nope. John Cena? Nope. Brock? Nope. So let's go back to his feud with Cody Rhodes. And to me, that wasn't a feud. Okay, that was just, look, that was not a feud. That was a contractual obligation kind of feud. It didn't mean shit. All we cared about was whether or not Sami Zayn is going to turn on Roman Reigns. Nobody cared about Cody Rhodes and Reigns as a feud, because people were only focusing on Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and the Usos, because that overshadowed what type of heat Cody and Roman Reigns had. That's why people felt like their feud was very underwhelming, because all Roman was focusing on was his family and KO and Sami, and not Cody Rhodes. Even though they were trying to add heat to their feud by trying to bring up Cody Rhodes' dad, but still, like, Roman is a boring guy. Without the Usos, look, that was a one-on-one feud. Cody, Roman, that was one-on-one. And yet, people were more focused on KO and Sami and the Usos, right? That is a growing trend with all his feuds. It's like he don't get no heat. Roman gets no heat from his opponents. Okay, let's talk about Edge. Did Roman Reigns get any heat from Edge? No. Did people want to see Edge whoop Roman Reigns' ass badly? No. People were more focused on how the way Roman is abusing the Usos. These are facts, not an opinion, man. Go back to all his feuds. He had no heat. So just imagine when the Usos finally leave this guy. Will you care about Solo and Roman? No, because Solo is not over. Solo is a boring guy, right? Solo is boring. He has no connection with the audience. So when Solo does finally turn on Roman Reigns, the crowd would not give a fuck, because nobody cares about Solo. He's boring. He has no connection like the Usos do. The Usos, they are beloved. People love Jay. People love Jimmy. They are beloved. So when Roman Reigns treats them like shit, that gets heat, because people have a connection, a 10-year connection to the Usos. So people feel some type of way when Roman Reigns treats them like shit. But not Solo. He's not over. So let's talk about Max and Wardlow, because that's where we are going. We are going towards the Shawn Michaels and Diesel route. We are going towards the Shawn Michaels and Psycho Sid route. We are going towards the Max and the Wardlow route, where the damn bodyguard will eventually get sick of his boss and finally turn on him. But here's the thing. People had a connection with Diesel. People had a connection with Psycho Sid. People had a connection with Wardlow. And here's why. Those three guys had potential to be superstars. That's why the crowd loved them. That's why the crowd helped get them over. Because people want to see a solo Diesel. People want to see a solo Psycho Sid. People were dying to see a solo Wardlow, because those guys had $1 million look. Where it's like, okay, I want to see what this guy can do as a solo act without Max, without Shawn Michaels. We don't see that with Solo, which means Solo and Roman and Paul Heyman as a duo, they will fall flat. Like I said, Roman will be exposed as a boring fuck. He's boring. Tell me when I'm lying. Do you care about his feuds if they are not involving the Usos in any kind of way? We don't fucking know. Because Jay has been here since day one. Jay helped get this guy over. So just imagine when Jay is no longer in the picture. It is just Solo and Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman, he don't talk no more. Solo don't talk. He's boring. He has no charisma. So who will you care about out of this trio? When this trio finally breaks up. Tell me when I'm telling lies, you damn bitch. Tell me. I'm not hating, dude. I'm out of all the guys on YouTube, man. I am the most objective. I'm not trying to hate on Roman Reigns. I'm giving you facts. Facts is not hating. We've never seen a heel Roman Reigns without Jay. People love Jay. That's where Roman got his heat from. Dude, his cousin is Jey Uso. People love him. People felt sorry for the Usos. People felt sorry for Jay when it came to Roman being his bully. But that's cheap heat. Dude, anybody can get hated by the audience if they are abusing their family on TV. That's cheap heat. How about you get that heat on Rey Mysterio? He didn't. How about you get some heat on Brock Lesnar? You didn't. How about you get some heat on, I don't know, AJ Styles? He can't. How about you get some cheap heat on Daniel Bryan? He couldn't get heat on Daniel Bryan. He couldn't get heat on Seth Rollins. He couldn't get heat on Montez Ford. He couldn't get heat on Finn Balor. He couldn't get heat on The Fiend. He couldn't get heat on Goldberg. Nobody cares about this guy. He's a mirage. He's not real. Like, bruh, I'm trying to think, has Roman actually improved? I don't think he has. People keep saying, oh, Roman Reigns, he has improved since his Shield days. I'm like, I don't see it. Like, bro, he has no charisma. What charisma does he have? He has no charisma. It's like, yeah, he says a lot of fucking smart ass shit. Yeah. Roman has a cocky dick-like attitude, but that'll make you a heel. He gets his heat from his family. What heat did he get from Cody Rhodes? No heat. That's all people want to focus on is how much he was abusing Sami Zayn. Which was kind of his family, if you look at it. Right? See? He gets all his heel heat from being an abusive dude to his family members. Bro, how come you're not getting heat from your opponents? That's what we care about. That's what I mean by once Usos move on, he will be exposed as a boring fuck. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. He will be exposed. Out of all the feuds he's been in, nobody gives a fuck. They have no heat. Nobody has ever said, oh man, I really want to see Finn Balor beat Roman. I really want to see KO beat Roman. I really want to see Edge beat Roman. Now, do you see what I mean? He's never had any heat. His heat comes from being a dick to Jey Uso. But once Jey Uso leaves, he's done. He's finished. I'm making a bold prediction. After this civil war is over, Roman will start being exposed as a boring guy these past 3 years that was being kind of protected by the Usos. The Usos put this guy over. Let's be honest. Can you tell if he's a heel? If he's not being abusive to his family? I can't tell. That's what I mean. Like, has he truly improved as a heel? No. Does he say heel like shit? Not really. He says heel like shit to Jay and to fucking Jimmy and to Sami Zayn. Bro, to me, that's cheap. Let's talk about Matt Riddle. Did Roman Reigns, did he get heat on Matt Riddle? No, he did not. Did Roman Reigns get heat on Drew McIntyre? No, he's not get heat on Drew Mac. Did he get heat on Logan Paul? Nope. So I'm saying, like, you people got to put the puzzle together. These past 3 years, that's why I keep saying he's very overrated. Has he improved? Not really. I'm not seeing his improvement. It's like, yeah, he's a bad guy because he says certain shit, but that don't make him a top heel. Dog, he's not a top heel. I still feel like Max is a better heel than Roman Reigns. Once again, after the goddamn Civil War, man, y'all better be prepared to see a boring guy. Cause look, I'm telling you, nobody gives a fuck about Solo. When Solo finally turns on him, we will not care because he doesn't have that connection. He's not over, and he doesn't have a good look. Okay, facts. He don't have a good look like a Wardlow. He will no longer have the Usos to feed off of. He will no longer have the Usos to boss around, bully around. Oh, he's bullying around Jay and Jimmy. When will Jay and Jimmy turn on him? Okay, now they are gone now. Now they are faces, and eventually they will move on to bigger and better things. What will Roman Reigns be? Like, what will he become after the Usos finally move on? See, people don't talk about that. The fact that he's boring as fuck. Let's talk about his feud with John Cena. Nobody gave a flying fuck about that feud at SummerSlam. They were cutting just average promos. Those promos were just average to me. Nobody cared. Well, what? Roman called John, what? Something fucking missionary or something like that? Bro, that's boring. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's a boring guy in fucking promos. Just nobody really talks about it. Because nobody has the balls to say what I say. Like I said, like, I'm trying to look back at all his feuds these past 3 years, and I'm like, man, none of them had any kind of heat without the Usos being involved. Like, come on, man. It's like, since day one, he became the tribal chief because he beat Jay. So, by that same logic, if Jay and the Usos, if they were never involved, do you think Roman will be where he's at right now? Of course not. People would be begging for this guy to fucking drop those belts. Maybe in year 2. That's how boring he is without the Usos being involved. Seriously. Have we ever seen him without the Usos or Jay? Remember, Jay was his right-hand man. Yes, maybe Roman gave him that main event Jey Uso title, but I feel like Jay and Roman, they both need each other on 50-50. Roman needed Jay. Jay needed Roman. But more so, Roman really needed Jey Uso. If not, we couldn't tell if he was a heel or not. I think people are really missing that fact. The fact that we couldn't tell if Roman was a heel. You know why? Because he's fucking boring. We couldn't tell if he was a heel until he was bossing around Jey Uso. Until he said, bro, you gotta call me the tribal chief. Right? So, without Jay, we couldn't tell if Roman was a fucking heel, which means he was feeding off Jay. He was using him. He was using Jay to get heat. It's like, bro, Why couldn't you use your opponent to get heat? Why are you using your cousins to get heat as a heel? Yes, he's an asshole to his cousins, but how come you are not an asshole to your opponents? Just imagine when Usos finally leave. Who are you going to lean on to get heat off of if Solo is a bodyguard who don't say shit? Like I said, Solo ain't Diesel. He ain't Sid. He's not Wardlow. So that's where we're heading. We are heading towards a more boring version of Max and Wardlow with Roman and Solo. At least Max was over as a heel. At least Wardlow was over as a bodyguard. Alright, Roman got all his heat every time the Usos always interfered during his matches. Now that he has a boring ass Solo by his side, it won't have that same effect because nobody gives a fuck about Solo Sikoa. Nobody cares about him. But look, these whole will the bodyguard turn on his boss? Look, man, it don't always pop. It don't always hit. In fact, that shit always fails. More times than none. A lot of people don't bring that up. That the whole will the bodyguard turn on his boss kind of fucking storyline. That shit is getting old. That shit don't always hit. It really don't. Warlord Max, they got lucky because Max is a great fucking heel. That's different. Like dog. Like I said, Roman will get exposed, bruh. Without the Usos being involved as his punching bags, where will Roman get his heel heat from if he sucks on the fucking microphone? He's not a good promo. I'm sorry, he's not a good promo. He has a awful fucking delivery during his promos, bro. That's why his views suck. It's like, people have the balls to talk about this. His promos suck. He's boring. His promos suck, bro. That's why nobody cares about his past feuds during this 3-year reign. Nobody cares. That's what I'm saying. Like, God, give me a feud that people really, really hated Roman Reigns without his family really being involved. You can't name it. That's the irony. You can't name me one. Right? Because he always wants to piggyback off of his family. And that's a bad thing. You can only dive into that damn jar so many times until, bro, you have to swim on your own now. Now he will swim on his own, and now we will finally see if Roman Reigns is really that guy. Was he really a good heel? No, he's not a good heel based on the fact that he never shits on the audience to get his heel heat. His heel heat came from his family. Once his family is officially out of the way, this guy is going to be exposed as an overrated, boring guy these past 3 years that was hidden behind the Usos. That's it. I'm done.